too quick to blow a fucking fuse. You don't know what I've been through, homie. All I ever done was lose. Addiction, jail, then prison made me change the way I move. If you don't know me, I don't know you. Nice to meet you. If you know me, I'm your homie. Call it equal. Fuck what you heard is what you know. Don't be deceiving. Let your true colors show, 'cause seeing is believing. Air Force, bet, dope, game, OG, smoke weed for a living. My vacation, LSD, eyes water from the teeth, brain waves hit the beat. Nah, the sun don't ever set, 'cause the source of light is deep. Shine on my enemies, shine on my neighbors, shine on my family. Grateful is the greatest. Final destination, so I know I'll never make it. Time is of the essence, not another second wasted. Time in the pen, time on the road. Can't take it back when you sold your soul. You know better than to live solo. Now you carry pain with you everywhere you go. Time in the pen, time on the road. Can't take it back when you sold your soul. You know better than to live solo. Now you carry pain with you everywhere you go. Energy consumed at massive rates of speed. Coffee, Red Bull, Red Meat, candy, beer, and smoking lots of weed. It's us with apostrophe. You never see my posse weak. Robbing troops on side of me, gorillas of the APE. Call me honky, call my jungle full of woods. Find me deep among the trees, rolling, smoking something good. Never worry about no drama. I seen every play unfold. Never worry about the stress in life. I'm never growing old. I've let the clock run out until the game was over. I ran shit out of luck. I'm hunting for the clovers. I gotta make a break, make something shake it move. I've been out here failing. Success what I'm pursuing. You could regret the past, can't pass in your mistakes. Just 'cause you win don't mean the losses go away. Just 'cause you losing, that don't make you a loser. You miss every shot you never take, that's why I'm a shooter. Time in the pen, time on the road. Can't take it back when you sold your soul. You know better than to live solo. Now you carry pain with you everywhere you go. Time in the pen, time on the road. Can't take it back when you sold your soul. You know better than to live solo. Now you carry pain with you everywhere you go.
What up, everybody? We here with Mr. Swamp Tree. What up?
Welcome, welcome. Happy holidays.
Happy? Yeah. I haven't. I just think you got talent. That's why I said I wanted to interview you.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to get out there. I haven't done much promoting lately. I've just been kind of focusing on the music and putting it out and haven't been really doing any organized drops or anything. But next year we got an album coming. I've been working with a producer called Eddie Valiant, and he works with a lot of artists. We had a label going. I think it's still going. It's kind of like in business mode right now. They're trying to get everything legalized and all that good shit so we can start making money and everything.
I love how you stay out of the drama and don't get in the drama in this lane.
Well, I have a song called Picking Sides, right? And that Picking Sides song, it pretty much says, fuck aside, I'm above it. This is my passion. They only want the money. So what I'm talking about in that song is it's like for a minute there, because I was getting online and I was doing interviews and I was kind of interacting with people. And then I started to realize there was like these little camps forming and stuff. And I just would rather if I mean, if everybody can't get along and shit, it's like I'd rather just do my own thing so it don't fuck up my vibe and my originality and what I'm trying to do, because I wrote that song, and after I wrote that song, I was like, oh shit, I'm writing songs reacting to the internet. You know what I mean? And that's not what I started writing for. What I started writing for is like to write songs about, you know, my perspective of things, because I would listen to Adam Calhoun and Upchurch, FJ Outlaw, and all those guys, and I love their music, but then I realized they're telling their story, and I wanted to tell my story, because, you know, I got shit I've been through too, and I realized like a lot of these artists, not particularly those guys, but a lot of these artists, like, you know, some cats are so young they ain't never been through shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they got fire bars and everything, but they ain't never been through shit. And you kind of tell in their music that they kind of like are referencing every song they've heard to make their songs. And I kind of don't do that. I kind of reference to my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Been through.
Have you done any songs with any big artists like in the lane?
I have a song, you know, Shotgun Shane.
Yeah.
I got a song that he produced. He reached out to me. He was wanting to get into producing music, and he reached out to me, and I wrote a bunch of songs. And one of the songs we dropped was called Hard Text, probably my biggest song to date. It's got quite a few listens on Spotify and everything. But I mean, I think do you know Swamp Music Mafia?
Yeah.
All right, so I was one of the founding members of Swamp Music Mafia, and I was with them for a minute. So I know Skeet, Tone the Bone, used to be King Kush. I think he goes by King Tez now. Prospect South, all those guys. Yeah. I was doing the whole YouTube show with them. If you go back to like the first season, I'm on the first season of their YouTube show. I've worked with Peacock Productions. He's done some beats for me.
I did have a question about the Swamp Music Mafia.
Okay.
Why did you leave the show?
Well, I left the show because I just wanted to pursue different things. Like I started to realize we were getting on there, and I just it wasn't really like the intention was for everybody to be together and spread the word of the music. And I thought we were like promoting ourselves on there as well as other people and stuff. And they're a lot better about it now, but it was kind of in the beginning of things. And it was a lot to do the show, because the show was like needed more production value. Like they've come a long way since I left, for sure. They made a lot of the changes that I had wanted to see. And then also they were starting to make a little bit more like religious songs. And I'm a Norse pagan. If people that are Norse pagan listen to my music, they'll be able to tell, but people that aren't, they won't be able to tell. You see what I'm saying? Because the way I talk about certain things in my songs. But they were starting to make more like a couple of Jesus songs and stuff like that. And they were like, hey, you want to get on here? And that's just not the vibe I wanted for my brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be heard on a song that's Christian and be like, oh, he's a Christian rapper. I didn't want that for my brand and my image. And also when you're in a group like that, and it's a collective, it's kind of like, you know, there was stuff happening that I didn't even know about, that I was like, hey, that's kind of weird. So it was like, I realized I need to be kind of careful with that, because when you attach yourself to certain artists and then they go off and do something, then your name's attached with their music for forever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're like, there was stuff happening that you didn't know about, that like the way they were using.
Yeah, like somebody got approved to get in, and I wasn't even there. It was just put to a majority of vote, and then they got in, and it was like, well, what's your contribution? And then they really didn't have a contribution, and then they left, and that was all within a span of 3 weeks. Like, I'm not gonna name no names or nothing. I barely even knew dude, you know what I mean? But I was like, wait a minute, because if these two guys go out over here and make a Christian song, and then they bring a bunch of Christian rap back over to the group, and then they go off and hear my individual music, and it's not necessarily what they want to hear, then it kind of muddies the waters, you know what I'm saying? And I think I do, like, my style is a lot more like, I would say it's like, you know, hippie gangster rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and more of like a redemption vibe. A lot of Swamp Music Mafia music has redemption vibe, but my stuff has had redemption vibe. I got weed songs. I got, you know, songs about tripping. I got songs about selling dope back in the day. I mean, I've been clean for almost 8 years. I've been out of prison for over 5 years. And a lot of those guys like never got in trouble, or like never sold dope, or never took a hit of acid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it was more of a relatability thing. You know what I mean? Because like I write my songs for my homies to be like, oh, that's a dope song, because they'll be like, oh, I remember when we did that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, I would get songs to feature on, or like I'd have like 6 or 7 songs to be like, hey, anybody want to jump on this? And it would be like, it just got muddied up. Like, we were supposed to use Peacock as our producer, and then we had people buying beats and bringing it to the table, and it was just too confusing and disorganized for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love all them guys still. Like, I appreciate them. They had me on the Swamp Music Mafia podcast a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
so it's no drama. Just backed off the online shit.
Yeah. See, I don't know if you know who B Millie is.
Yeah, I do. We actually had B Millie and Hustle Man and the whole crew over there on the Swamp Music Mafia podcast. I reached out to Shaka and got that all lined up, and that was about a year ago, I'd say.
Me and him's got a podcast that we're trying to keep drama from. Like, I've been out here recently. I've been called out by Triple T. I've been called out by Chop. All of them dudes that I don't even say their name.
Yeah,
which is crazy. But yeah, like, me and him started Facts No Fences just because we want the fans to come in to a podcast where they're not getting attacked.
Yeah. Well, I was on I don't know, I don't really know Chop like that, but I was on Triple T, the rundown, the season 2.
Yeah.
And like, all they did was talk about my mix. They didn't mention a single bar that I rapped, or about how I was rapping, or what the song was about, or the structure of the song, or anything.
Yeah.
They were like, I don't like that mix. They're like, all right, next. You know what I mean? But they stopped the song before it was over. But when I was watching that show, I listened to 2 whole songs that I was like, I can't wait for this shit to be over. You know what I'm saying? And then my song come on, and then they skipped it. You know what I mean? So I get the emotion, but at the same time, damn, y'all was y'all listen to them whole 2 songs and was like, you know what I mean? And they even was like, yeah, that wasn't that great after about those songs, but didn't even listen to mine all the way through. It didn't even get to the hook, I don't think.
Bro, that sounds like that they just brought you up there just to attack you.
I don't think they brought me up there to attack me because they didn't know who the fuck I was. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know me from Adam. They were just up there doing their I'm on the switchboard thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have the power, so I'm just gonna use the power right now. And like, I never was sweating it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I want to play. Hold on.
Right,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just wondering what. I want to play Hardtack with Shotgun Shane.
Yeah, that's him on the beat. He's not in the song at all.
Oh, I know.
But yeah.
Shotgun Shane on the beat. Hard tack, Bubba, not a regular cracker. You better watch what you after. I could retire a rapper. Your jersey hang from the rafters.
Bruh, that's crazy. You didn't even let it. Didn't even like do a chorus. You just come all in like with bars. That's actually crazy. Like
most
usually
of my
there's
shit is like that. Like I don't have much of an intro. I'll just start rapping. Like because I seen the baby say something about like they were like, why do you not let your music ride? And he's like, I don't know. I think they listen to the song and want to hear what I say. You know what I mean? So
yeah. After this, I'm gonna ask you some more questions, but I just wanted to say that.
all right.
Shotgun Shane on the beat. Hard tack, Bubba, not a regular cracker. You better watch what you after. I could retire a rapper. Your jersey hang from the rafters. You be surrounded by laughter when you get beat by the master. The bullets fly from the blaster. Brain matter busting out the dome. My mind is my weapon. I don't ever leave it home. The time was a lesson. I was smoking on parole. Come off supervision and I had to hit the road. Swamp Tree, say to rep the whole Southeast. Born in Louisiana, came from Kentucky to Tennessee. You hear that snappy? That's that hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's that motherfucking hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's that motherfucking hard tack. If you call police, you are not like me. I've been breaking laws way back before I was a tree. If you disagree, you can't beat your feet, cause I don't mind to introduce my book.
Bro, it's crazy. Did you just say I'd be breaking laws before I even was a tree?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's that motherfucking hard. If you call police, you are not like me. I've been breaking laws way back before I was a tree. If you disagree, you can beat your feet, cause I don't mind to introduce my boot to your teeth. Honky Kong beating on my chest. This is dominance. Anybody saying they the best, broken promises. I'ma run my mouth till they forget what the silence is. I'ma run the race and never rest, putting mileage in. Shotgun riding shotty, make the subwoofer shake. We don't claim no coast, we claim the tri-star state. You hear that snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that motherfucker snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that motherfucker snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that cracker snapping? That's that hard tack. Nah, this ain't one cracker. I'm bringing a whole sleeve, except the ones that still in prison. That's my OGs. I'm at your throat, my flow so dope you get a nosebleed. Protect your neck, I give respect from all the home. Me 2024 Rookie of the Year Satyr, crawling through your speakers, the albino alligator. Got my roots down in the Delta Bayou, bringing Cajun flavor. Got my branches twisting leaves, blowing smoke up in the air. These fucking rappers say they want that beat. I'm a porterhouse, I think they talking about Mickey D's. You hear that snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that motherfucking snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's that motherfucking hard tack. Swamp Tree, say to rep the whole Southeast. Born in Louisiana, came from Kentucky to Tennessee. You hear that snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that motherfucking snapping? That's that hard tack. You hear that snapping? That's the hard tack. You hear that motherfucker snapping? That's that hard tack. I'm bringing timeless rhymes, you know I stay fresh. When Shotgun Shane hit up my line, I told her, homie, say less. I wrap my brain, I'm fully loaded. I'ma aim at the chest. I came to put on for the South, meanwhile I bless all the rest. In Tennessee, you hear this hard tack snap. I had to raise that elevation, put my name on the map. Swap reciter when you searching for that brand new track. Pop rolling through them with them roses way in the back.
That's hard, like that. It's hard tack.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's crazy. Like that song had some bars in it. Like
Yeah.
where do
Yeah,
you
I went in.
Do you just go up to the mic and just start rapping? Do you freestyle or write your stuff?
Well, when I write, that's like my, like I sit in my room back here. This is my studio, and I sit back here and fucking put it on loop in the headphones, and then just I believe in the muse. If you ever heard
Yeah.
of the concept of the muse, I believe in the muse, man. Like I believe you sit down and start something, it'll start flowing out of you, and it's not necessarily coming from you. It's coming from like consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I've tried singing. I just stick to podcasting.
Yeah.
It
Right
just
on.
ain't for some people.
Well, I have that On the Road song. That was one of the first ones where I was actually singing on there. And I was worried at first because I was like, man, I don't know if people gonna like this shit or not. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna be honest. That song, I really wasn't feeling that song. Like
On
it
the
don't
road.
give me, it don't give me, it didn't give me hyped.
Well, it's not really a hype song, you know what I'm saying? It's like more like leans more like country, like actual country rap. But like I got a bunch of hip hop songs. I like my hip hop songs more, really. Like there's a bunch of songs where it's just straight bars. Like my buddy Peacock from Peacock Productions, he's been on a couple of them with me. I got a song called Brighter Vision that's straight bars for like 2 minutes. And then
Bruh,
I got a bunch of songs out, really.
who are some of your like biggest inspirations or like your dream interview, your dream collab?
Well, my dream collab, I like I'm a juggalo, so I fuck with all sorts of same clown shit, but like I know FJ is too, and I think FJ would be a dope collab like someday, but um I mean, as far as working with people, like my right now I'm kind of like focused on my own shit. It's kind of like if I
Yeah.
write a song and I feel like somebody else could have something to say toward the subject matter, I'll put it out there. Um
Come on, FJ. If you're seeing this, come on. We need a swamp tree and
yeah,
FJ collab.
that would be fucking hard.
I've heard a lot of things about FJ. Did you know I interviewed Shaka?
Yeah.
So I interviewed Shaka and I asked him about 750 horses. He said I asked him, I said, how was it working with FJ on that song? He said him and Adam were sitting at his house and FJ just come in and just started rapping. He didn't even write nothing down. And Shaka was like, he was going 750 horses sliding in my engine. And then he said all of a sudden there's a Glock. He comes out with a Glock or something, and just starts rapping right there in the studio.
Damn.
There's a
That's
clip.
what's up.
There's a clip out there somewhere of it, uh, of Shaka talking about FJ.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. The interview might not still be up. Might be private.
Well, you asked about influences. Like when I was growing up, I grew up in a generation where Eminem was coming out, right? But when Eminem was coming out, I was more listening to like Snoop Dogg and Ludacris at that time
Yeah.
because like everybody liked Eminem, but everybody knew all those songs. It was like every kid in my grade had that CD, but like I would listen to that too, but it was like, man, Ludacris was my favorite when he would come out with a new album. I get it every time. And then I've been listening to ICP for so long. Like I wrote my first bars to it was I think we were listening to Riddlebox at a homie's house and we were just listening to the songs and he's like, I'm gonna write some shit to this beat. And I was like, what? It clicked in my head, like, you could do that? No, like so I actually wrote my first raps to a fucking ICP beat back when I was like 13 years old.
So that your two albums that you got out, is there a volume 3 coming?
Well, those 2 albums that I got out, I named them Southside Sunlight because when I was writing songs to my dude 23 Beats, you can find him on Instagram at 23 Beats. He's from Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina, and we linked up on Instagram, and like I found his music was really easy to write to because he structures his songs real well and everything. And I was like, man, a lot of these songs are about like enlightenment and looking on the bright side of life and like a little bit of positivity and like some guidance songs, kind of. Like I got one I based off of, you ever seen Sling Blade? There's a movie called Sling Blade where he said it ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, that's where that meme came from.
Yeah. So that's I wrote a song. It's kind of based on that, and it was like a song. Like I was going to the community college at the time, and I was in the power sports program over there, just trying to use my GI Bill up.
Yeah,
and I was realizing like half of those kids was just like head up their ass, and the other half was like, I'm actually here to learn. So I kind of wrote that song so my instructor could get a laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because I was closer in age to him than I was to the students. So because I'm 39, I started doing this at 37. I went to school for 20 months, the LA Film School online, and got a degree in music production. And they sent me my studio, and that's kind of how I got started with it, doing it at home. My son was saying he wanted to rap, and I was like, well, I got you, went behind the scenes, and now I'm able to fucking produce beats. Like I can make beats. I got a song called Paper Route. I wrote that whole beat and mixed that whole song.
Well, does he rap now?
I don't know. He lives up in Kentucky. We don't talk much.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those deals where when I was going to prison and I was lost in my addiction and shit, he was real young. So I've never had a deep connection to him, but I'm sure he still writes and shit. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you somebody with the way your flow and the way you rap, I'll tell you somebody that I think would be a dope collab. His name's X Grilla.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Bruh, he'll give anybody a collab. Like, bruh, that's the way he sounds. Like, he's got kind of that gangster rap vibe, and like that gangster country rap vibe.
Yeah,
he does just about anything.
Yeah, I have to check him out. Yeah, I had him on my socials. I recently, like about a year ago, I shut down all my socials and just like reset them all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, I don't need a personal. Like I'm old school, so I got all my contacts and phone numbers still and shit. You know what I mean? And I was just my personal Facebook and my business Facebook was getting all intertwined and shit. So I was like, I'm just gonna make one Facebook that covers everything. If anybody personally knows me, wants to get a hold of me, they can find that Facebook, and then the business side too. Because I didn't want all the business side of people, like a whole bunch of people I don't know and shit coming into like my personal shit and seeing all my pictures of my kids and shit. You know what I mean?
But it's like in this line of business, you kind of have to have social media. Like that's how you get your name out there.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I mostly work off my Instagram because my Instagram I've been over 1,000 followers before, but I'm real conscious about going through every once in a while and deleting bots and fake accounts and shit out there. So I think it's like 850, 845 of people, but it sucks because it's like they just want you to pay to play the game. You got to pay for ads to get all the people that follow you. If you want every single one of your followers that follow you to see what you're up to get if I want 800 of them to get, I got to pay for it. Otherwise, like it reach like 30 to 50 people. I mean, so the way I'm trying to build my fan base is a little bit more grassroots. Like I'm not trying to, because I've seen it done. Like I where I live at, there's not much more, like not much opportunity to perform places.
Yeah.
Like there's 3 bars in town. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been on a stage?
Oh yeah. I opened up for the Dumpster Babies and Hell's Bells in the Juggalo lane. I did 2 shows in Owensboro. I did a show in Louisiana, or not Louisiana, Louisville. I'm from Louisiana, my bad. But I did a show in Louisville at the VA. I fucking rocked the crowd there. In Owensboro, both times I sold the most tickets out of just people I knew coming in. And there were crowds of like 50 to 70 people at each place, I'd say. My first show I paid to do a show in Louisville, Kentucky, but I would never pay to do a show again because it just wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll fundraise to get other people to pay for me to do a show, but I'm not going to do a show, like just spend $150 on doing a show like that. Because unless I got merch set up that I can sell there, that I know there's going to be enough people that like 10 people buy a shirt, and that's got to be like, 150 people there for 10 people to buy a shirt if you're playing odd.
I think he's from Louisiana.
I'm in Tennessee right now. I'm in Middle Tennessee.
What part?
I was born in Louisiana, but I'm like an hour and a half away from Nashville. I'm
I live in a little town called Clarksville, Tennessee.
I know where Clarksville's at. It's north of me. I pass through Clarksville to go to Kentucky all the time. And then I lived in Owensboro. It's where the fort is, right?
Huh?
Where the fort is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clarksville ain't little.
I mean, I guess.
I know a cat named Smurf G. DeBoss that's from around that way.
Who?
His name's Smurf G. DeBoss.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's a little gangster cat. I met him through my Norse pagan shit.
I just say Clarksville because that's the closest town I live in. I actually live in a different county, but yeah, that's nobody's business. But like Big Murph.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Big Murph lives right down the road from me.
Yeah, I've talked to Big Murph before. We used to talk all the time when I was like right before I started my distro kid and shit. I was talking to him quite a bit, and he was giving me advice and shit. And then he went on that tour with Overtime, and then I tried to reach out to him afterwards, and I haven't really been able to get a hold of him. But that was like a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying,
bro? When they level up,
he's a real dude, though. He's a real motherfucker.
I'll tell you another one that I'm waiting for a collab with Big Murph. Him and FJ would sound so good together. I don't know if you know who Marcotic is.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I've talked to him a couple times, back and forth, just...
Yeah, he fucks with Who the Fuck Is Just in Time. I used to fuck with him tough.
But I feel like how like Just in Time and Chop all have their own, like they have a certain side. I feel like Marcotics just does his own thing, and he's like he don't let them boys tell him what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the homie Chaos. He releases AI music.
Hell yeah.
What's your opinion on AI music?
Well, for a second there, I was searching it and shit because I listened to Joe Rogan. I was listening to that 50 Cent Mini Man song for a minute, and I think, like personally, I don't use it, but I do have a project coming up where I'm not using AI music. I'm using like AI for the promotion and the videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the album, it's going to be a concept album called Dead Freak, like Dead Frequency. And the whole album is kind of like a story about a dude that's like fed up with society, and then he's like kind of like, F this place, I'm getting out of here. And instead of like dying, or like when he dies, instead of moving on to like whatever afterlife, he becomes like part of the machine. And then he's like, holy shit, now I'm part of the machine. And then rises his self-awareness, and then becomes like a digital god. Like, so if you hear the frequency, then you become part of the signal yourself and lock onto it.
Yeah.
And become like it's kind of like it's a piece of art that's open for interpretation, but it's pretty much like my view of how society's going, where it's like people see shit that's wrong in society, right? But the only thing, the only, like, it's like you can walk down the street and see some homeless people, right?
Yeah.
And you can help them personally or whatever. But then you can go on your phone and you could be like, look at like shit with homeless, and it will show you like the worst shit ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then like you was just right there and you seen in the real world, it ain't really like that. Like it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like maybe in some areas, you know what I mean? But in general, like the perspective of everyone is skewed by these phones and having a screen in your face all the time and shit. So I wrote a little art piece about a character that kind of like dies, goes into the system, and then starts like taking people over. And it's like, I'm the algorithm, so you gonna feed me whatever you want, and I'm gonna show it to you, but you don't realize you're destroying yourself because I'm just taking up all your time.
Well, I have one more question, and then I guess that'll be it. My question is, where'd you get the name Swamp Tree Seder from?
You know that song "Country" by Upchurch?
Yeah.
With Demon Jones and
Yeah.
Adam Calhoun in it.
Yeah.
And he says something like, deep beneath the fallen leaves, the old tin roofs, and the dead swamp trees.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Deadhead, so like I fuck with Grateful Dead tough. And I'm inspired by Jerry Garcia and shit. So when I heard that, I was like, man, that would be a good. My last name is Seder, but like I was like, that's a dope rap name, Swamp Tree, and it goes good with my last name, Swamp Tree Seder. And he said dead swamp tree, so it's like Deadhead too. Plus, I'm from Louisiana. Plus, I'm a Norse pagan, like, and we see ourselves in the tree. So it's like when I heard that lyric and I was trying to think up rap names, I was like, that's it. It just kind of clicked. You know what I mean? And it brought all my influences together under one name.
Yeah, that's crazy. What song should I play as the outro song?
Let's see.
What's Got No Dimes?
No, don't play that one. Well, that one's got some bars in it, but I don't like the production in it. It's an older one.
Oh.
Do Way She Goes.
Okay. You want to tell us the story behind this song?
Yeah. I wrote this song because I was thinking about my little brother. He got locked up and went to the joint. He's on a 20-year sentence. His first chance up for parole is 28, and he's already been down for like a year and a half. And I was just thinking about, like, man, because when he was out there, I was like, man, you're going to get caught up again. You're going to get caught up again. You know what I mean? So this song is kind of like telling motherfuckers that are high and they're thinking like, man, this is fucking ruining my life. It was like, man, I get it. And there's light on the other end of the tunnel. And like, when you're out there ripping and running and you get locked up, that's the way she goes. You know what I mean? So,
is this Ed dude, is he an artist too, or just a producer?
Eddie Valiant? Eddie Valiant is he's a producer. He's out of Florida. He works with a bunch of artists. You know Lyrical?
Nah.
He used to work with Lyrical. He's got beats that he sold to like Adam Calhoun, fucking a couple other I think Hard Target. He's worked with Hard Target before. So yeah, I'd check him out, man. He's he might do an interview with you too. I told him we need to start doing interviews together. That's my main producer right now. Like I have my solo projects and stuff, but if I'm using a producer, I fuck with Eddie Valiant.
I'd love to get somebody outside of like being a rapper up here.
And he's been around for a long time.
I'm working on getting this one dude. His name's Chef Kilmore or something. He's a chef out of like Florida, and he raps too.
Hell yeah!
Like that's crazy. Like that's a crazy combination.
Well, I'm a welder, and I work on fucking mowers on the side too.
Bro, what a crazy cover.
Yeah. Yeah, he got that one done.
Do you always like put him on there on like all your songs?
No, like we were just when we was coming out, we was trying to figure out how to do it. And he wanted to just because he's got his own artist thing on DistroKid, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted to put his name next to the artist name every time, but he's the producer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's his part in the art. Because sometimes people get confused because that's put on there that like some of the singing is him or whatever, but it's all me. I write and perform all the lyrics to all our songs.
Is this one rapping?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, let's see what you got to say.
I had to look inside to know my mind. Purpose defined. There's no more wasting time. If you ain't riding with me, you get left behind. I am a southern sun showing you the light. It's by design, by something more divine. It's in my nature to be looking for the signs. I know the secrets only few will ever find. You heard the words, what's the meaning hid behind? You ain't been there till you face down in the dirt. Only saying weighing dope up when you talking about work. If the bag is low, nobody got respect you deserve. In your tainted brain, you never think to check yourself first. You run the streets and you hustle in someone else's clothes. If a junkie got a needle, you be calling it broke. If that dirty butt call, talking bread and some dope, you know you hopping out the spot for show, she ready to go. You gotta grind and never quit, you just can't go out like no bitch. The only thought is getting rich so you can show out for your kids. But that support you gonna miss out on the times that really meant something a little more to them, because your time the greatest gift. You really tried to change your ways, tried to see the brighter side of rainy days. Locked in the cage or dead in the grave. Now there ain't nobody around that can take your place. Yeah, buddy, that's the way she goes. When you living life low, when you sell your soul. All you know is trading dope for gold, so you paid the toll. Fucking way she goes. Yeah, buddy, that's the way she goes. When you living life low, when you sell your soul. All you know is trading dope for gold, so you paid the toll. Fucking way she goes. Yeah, I can say the shit, I've been there myself. I know the struggle of the hustle with a big bag to sell. I slept on streets, I had no home until they closed up the cell. I was a demon, way too comfortable with living in him. Hot rail, heated up, dope in the spoon, chemical clouds mixed with loud. I'm about to smoke out the room. No coming down, no running out. Manufacturing too. They tried to catch me, but I'm faster, so they look like some fools. Until that night, you know the one, it was a come up for some funds. My ride arrived and I showed up 10 minutes later. I'm in cuffs into the cruiser. I was stuck there trying to run, they beat me up. I took the time, my head got bust. I thought I ran shit out of luck. I really tried to change my ways. Had to climb out of the darkness to see brighter days. Sacrifice, I give my life away to the ones I call family in this life I made. Yeah, buddy, that's the way she goes when you living life low, when you sell your soul. All you know is trading dope for gold, so you paid the toll. Fucking way she goes. Yeah, buddy, that's the way she goes when you living life low, when you sell your soul. All you know is trading dope for gold, so you paid the toll. Fucking way she goes.
Well, I appreciate you coming up here and doing this interview. You
Hell
got
yeah.
anything else? You got anything else you want to say?
No, just I got a new single out that just dropped called City Slicker. And I got a video for one called Minutes on the Phone that's about calling your old lady from the jail cell to get minutes on the phone and some money for noodles and shit while you locked up. And then I got 2 albums coming next year. One's going to be the Eddie Valiant album, and the other one's going to be that Dead Freak project. And that's about it.
Do you have any questions for me or anything?
No, man, I just want to tell you I appreciate you getting me on an interview, and maybe people will see this and go listen to some more of my songs, and that's the hope. And maybe they'll find something in one of my songs that'll change their perspective on the way they live in their life or what they want to do. You know what I mean?
That's what I try to do when I get artists up here. Because if you notice, I haven't really interviewed artists that have big names.
Yeah.
The only big name I've had up here is Big Smo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck to you, man. Like, hopefully you get some people on here and they start getting out and you refer them to your other podcasts and shit. Just make some clips of the parts you find interesting and just start posting the clips of the interesting parts, and then, view the full interview on my YouTube, and that's how you get built.
Exactly. I usually drop clips.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want from this interview, I'm good with it.
Well, thanks. Everybody out there, as I always say, peace, love y'all, and thanks for everything y'all do.
Appreciate y'all.